I'm
is.
not hungry, but I just wanted to.
Just it's aesthetically pleasing. Whether it tastes good or not is anyone's guess. So,
Well,
yeah.
the strawberry. Okay, this is this week's episode of In the Can is with Hal Sparks. Thank you, Hal, for coming on In the Can.
Thank you.
Funny comedian. You've
Sounds
seen
like
him
I tried to
on-
pick you up in the bathroom. Thanks for
Well-
coming on In the Can. Hey, what's going on? What are you doing at the urinal? Hi.
It would be especially awkward if I was standing in a urinal. It would be.
Sure. Well, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I was on Queer as Folk for 5 years. Nothing freaks me out.
Oh.
You know, wouldn't worry me. I mean, we'd just have a normal conversation.
Well,
Normal-ish.
It would worry me if I found out that I had a penis.
Yeah, that would be a big
41,
surprise. Yeah.
So it would be a bummer to find out now.
Well, I don't know about a bummer. I mean, I enjoy mine, and I mean, obviously, if it was a big surprise, you know, it would have explained a lot by now. All those awkward dates would have finally made sense.
They already make sense.
Oh, good. All right. Well, then I'll push.
Dating is really uncomfortable. That's how I make sense of it.
All right.
I'm not trying to be argumentative.
Yeah, I can tell. Very pushy.
Speaking of worry, when I knocked on the green room door and you answered, I felt, this happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I know the comics, but when it's someone I don't know, there's something about the way I approach it that they look like a scared rabbit. There's something about the way I ask people if I can do the interview that there was a brief look of dismay in your eye, but you were really nice about it anyway. Whereas one person was like, no.
Just one?
Yeah, so
Well
far
done.
just one guy. I think he was having a bad day, but it was nice that
Comic having a bit.
it was unusual, now that you mention it.
Right.
It was unusual.
Well, it wasn't dismay. I think it was more like curious. Can I help you? I think that was what was that was going on in my head. Maybe it's an acting thing. Maybe my face wasn't paying attention to my internal dialogue.
I would love it if, as this week's headliner, you everyone that you didn't know who approached you, you said, "Can I help you?" Because that would be more fun than the normal headline. Like a lot of headliners, well, that's not true. Some headliners have I'm the king of France, as far as strangers approaching them goes. But if you were like, if you had said to me, "Can I help you?" I would have nominated you for something. I don't know what.
I appreciate
that.
that.
I would have voted for you after
Thanks.
you were nominated.
Well, first of all, you don't vote for the King of France. Secondly, they don't have one. So if these guys are acting like the King of France, then they're acting like someone who's been out of work for a couple hundred years.
You're right. Why are they so highfalutin when they haven't been in work for 2 years?
No, exactly. Yeah, they're lucky they didn't get their head cut off.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna. How do you like Austin?
I love it. Yeah, I mean, nice crowds. Everybody's. It's a bit awkward having been raised in Kentucky to encounter people with a Southern accent who are actually smart and curious. That's the weird thing about Austin, is that people sound just as dumb as other Southerners, but they're not.
Now, I don't. Again, I hate to be to fight, but I've been to Louisville and Lexington and encountered some very smart people. Not everybody, let's be honest, but I found some very smart, reasonable people there.
Well, in Louisville, we have Lebowski Fest. Louisville is trying to become the Austin of Kentucky. It really is. Lexington, on the other hand, has a lot of sort of outliers working there, or college students. You know, it really does have the best university. So, if you're going to think at all, you're going to do most of that thinking in Lexington, I think.
Would you consider trying to get that to be the state slogan? If you're going to
think
think
at all,
you're
do
going
it.
to do most
Well,
of
it'd be
your
this.
thinking.
I think it should be on the when you come into the Lexington city limits. That should be what it says.
I also like.
We may not have a horse race here, but if you're going to do any thinking, do it here.
You're going to do it here.
Yeah.
And you're also giving the people option not to do any thinking by saying if you're going to do anything.
They'll take it. I don't think that's an option there. I think it's the norm.
So is it fair to say that part of you hates Kentucky?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, it's not so much that I hate Kentucky. It's that I hate a good deal of the people and what they've done to it. And in that way, I think that Kentucky, like Tennessee and Oklahoma and a lot of other states, should just be parks, and that we should get all the people who are pretending to be country out of them. You know, like yeehaw types who wear cowboy hats but don't actually do any cowboying, and therefore, you know, that's an asshole hat or an asshole boots, because if you don't do the job, the cowboy's not a style. So, anyways, but yeah,
You're right.
you know what I mean, legitimate, and people who are like, you know, really talk about down home values and have a big satellite dish and watch porn all day. You're like, not buying it. You know what I mean?
I'm not buying it. If anybody watches porn all day, I'm not buying whatever they're selling.
Well, I'm guessing, and this is just from having been sitting in this green room for a couple of days, you know, ready to go on, that a lot of the people who've written on these walls spend a good portion of their day watching porn.
Right.
And now that they have to sit in the green room waiting to go on stage, they're angry and they miss porn, and therefore they will write all over the walls stuff that reflects that thought process.
There are a lot of balls.
A lot of penises and yeah.
Well,
derogatory sexual references and poo-poo.
Naked people, naked
Sure.
ladies with balls.
With testicles, yeah, with drippy penises on a person's face. That's what I'm saying. This is, you know what I mean? Like, I'm guessing.
I know what
I'm not
you
going to
mean.
pass
Believe
judgment,
me,
but
I live here.
Right.
I do know what you mean.
Oh, really?
I do live in Austin.
That happens here?
I don't want to give too much away. Leave
Thank you. Let me find it
something for
myself. Right, sure. Absolutely. Don't take the adventure out of the town for me.
I won't do that to you, Hal. I'm kind of bummed that this has gone by so quickly, because I got the motion that we're at
Running out of tape?
6.5. We didn't put a tape in to begin with. That's
Oh.
not true. We have a tape.
Okay, good. It's just not. It's just blank.
But it's been really delightful talking to
Thanks.
you. And so thank you for coming on, Hal
Absolutely.
Sparks.
Thank you for the handshakes.
Very funny and delightful. A damn delight, if you don't mind my using a folksy term.
No,
Damn
not
delight.
at all.
And that's
Somebody in Austin right now is writing a song using that phrase, and it's going to be the one that gets them the deal that they've been wanting for years.
and then I'll be the local yokel
Who goes,
claims-
damn it!
Well,
Damn Delight was the name. It's going to be my all-girl country band.
Now
And somebody,
it's,
yeah.
now it's caught on tape.
Yeah, no, this is record. I was there. I'm a witness. She wrote Damn Delight.
Well, that's another one in the can with this damn delight. Come see him at Cab City. Where are you next?
Next week I'm in Brea, California,
Okay.
and then after that I'm in Kentucky and Seattle and Arlington, Virginia, and
Where can people see your schedule? What do you have a website?
I have many. You know, it's the social networking nightmare of the modern age. But if you go to halsparks.com, all the little icons are there to click to each of those.
Okay.
Yeah,
do
you can
that.
Facebook me and MySpace, and does MySpace still exist? Is it
Yeah.
not like? Can we get rid of MySpace now? Can we?
No.
Can we just
It
cut that
still
up into
exists.
digital sausage and toss it? I mean, really, it just needs to be ground up and fed back to the internet. I'm not a fan.
Whoa, violent
But you can follow me
again.
on Twitter. No, I was just making a rendered meat reference. It's not so much violent. It's already dead.
We're
Never
gonna
mind.
have to agree to disagree on how we both
I don't
feel
do
about
that. That's
sausage.
the one thing I don't do.
Well, we're
I
out
don't
of time.
miss- I
Still
don't-
a damn delight. Hates
Right.
hates
Yeah, MySpace.
MySpace.
Yeah.
But all right, in the can. That's in the can. Thank you, Hal Sparks, and come see him everywhere.
Yes,
Type
everywhere.
that out.
I'll be looking at guitars on all over Austin. You can find me at coffee houses on the internet. Yeah.
Thank you, Hal Sparks.
Thanks.
Well,
See, that worked. That wasn't.
you were